Okay, so I have not started up the PTB yet, and normally I make two separate videos. I make a patch note video, and then I make a PTB video. But instead, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try something different today. I'm going to record my reaction to the patch notes, and then I will put my review of the PTB in the same video. So check the description for time codes for when each of those two things start. But let's go ahead and read over these real quick before I start stream, and then I'll stream the PTB, and then I'll do my review, and you'll get both those in the same video. Okay, so new store. They're giving us a completely new store, which I saw the screenshots on the dev update, and it looked really good. So I'm really excited to see what they have. So featured page, the featured page will be latest releases and chapters, the addition of a weekly gift feature. Weekly gift allow players to claim free rewards during multiple weeks if activated. Rewards are renewed per week, meaning that unclaimed ones are discarded when the week is reset. So you need to log in every single week, at least once a week, to get a free reward. Who knows what those are? We don't know yet. Hopefully I'll find out whenever I actually hop into the PTB. Next up is the specials page, a dedicated page to show all special offers currently available in the game. Collections page houses all collections that exist in the game. This is really cool. This is really cool. So if you ever wanted something from the Techwear collection or the Golden Silk, I think it was called, the Bio thing that we just got, the Iron Maiden, which is, in my opinion, the best collection they've ever done, then yeah, you can do all of that straight from the collections page. A bundles page to showcase special bundles available for unlocking. Chapter bundles, previously known as DLC chapters, and the new DLC packs. Bundles can be opened to review their content before unlocking them, although not yet in the case of DLC packs. Interesting. Killers and Survivors dedicated wardrobes, new separated independent pages for killers and survivors that allow for quick mix and matching of characters and their cosmetics. I can't wait to see that. Mix and matching specifics. Players can now select characters and cosmetics without having to equip them immediately. Oh my god, thank you. Clicking on an option allows players to preview the character or the cosmetic. Selecting the character or equipping the cosmetic confirms their choice. Being able to preview allows players to preview pieces from different locked and thank you! Oh my god, bro, we can finally be like, oh, I wonder what this hat's gonna look like with this shirt. I was talking about this with the Techwear collection. I was like, man, I really wish I can mix and match, so we're gonna be able to do that now. Let's fucking go, bro. Hopefully, I haven't read through all of it yet, but hopefully they've also overhauled the like really bad loading times of the shop as well. Players can now filter their cosmetics with different options, previewing perks, powers, and mories. Players can now open a little section that displays the power and perks of any characters that is currently selected, allowing for a smoother way to review and compare the character's gameplay. Players can now preview every killer's Mori, including with the mix and match outfits. This way, players can check out how their cosmetic choices are going to look during the Mori. Wait, that's so cool. Visceral outfits are going to show their own version of their character's Mori. I'm guessing visceral outfits refers to, like, Naughty Bear. So this basically confirms that we are getting more Naughty Bear related cosmetics. Bio pages, these were made part of the character's wardrobes. They showcase the character's lore, height, speed, tear radius, size, power, perks were moved to the power and perks window. Commons, unlocking is now done with the press and hold mechanic to allow for confirmation process free of pop-ups. The section for getting more Oryx cells can now be accessed through the store and can also be accessed through clicking Oryx cells. Kill switched options are going to be available for unlocking, yet we are making sure to communicate it with a pop-up for players to confirm they still want to proceed. So you can buy characters that are kill switched, but they're going to say, hey, this character is kill switched. Search bars have been included, which is good. Adding celebration pop-up to better communicate the players of unlocked content. Cool. Shrine of Secrets. The shrine was taken out of the store and placed in the characters' lobbies to be closer to the loadout and blood web. The layout was updated to be easier to read and use, providing key information without the need to hover any perk option. So no word on, like, making it not dog shit. We're just updating the UI. You know what? Baby steps, I guess. Match detail reviews. The match details menu now allows players to review perks during a match. Wait. The match details menu now allows players to review perks. During a match, when opening the match details window, escape on computers, players can see their equipped perks. Hovering the perks in Oh, wait, no, this is huge. Wait, no, this is gigantic. This is so good for new players. So if there's been, in the past, specifically for me, I've had times where I've equipped a perk and then wondered why the perk wasn't activating, and then only to realize later on that the perk has a different activation requirement than what I originally thought. So this is, this is so good for new players. This is so good for new players. That's fucking huge. This is actually huge. Now, allow survivors to see their teammates' perks and what their teammates' perks do. Okay, content, killer update, the Twins, Victor's, so we read all this in the dev update, but basically there's a bunch of new ways that the Twins works. We're going to test that out as soon as I get to the PTB. Tiny fingernail decreases Victor's unbind time by 33%, was 50, okay. Decreases the pounce charge time by 10%, was 20. Pounce attacks inflict hemorrhage, reworked. Actually, wait. Low key, this might be good. Because Victor can only see blood pools. This unironically might not be that bad. Wait, no, it's hemorrhaged until healed. It's hemorrhaged until healed. This actually isn't that bad. This actually isn't that bad. Especially with the new way Victor works, this isn't that bad. Decreases the survivor's crawl speed by 25% when a Victor is attached to them. That's insane. Now triggers when Victor is crushed. Silencing cloth. Isn't that the iridescent add-on that makes Charlotte undetectable whenever Victor gets crushed? Right? I think so. Weighty rattle. Pounce attacks inflict broken. Wait, that's really good. Wait. That's really fucking good. Okay. Okay. Iridescent pendant. Each time Victor injures a survivor with a pounce attack, increase Victor and Charlotte's movement speed by 2%. This can only reach a maximum of 8%. Well, I would assume so. This effect is lost when putting a survivor into the dying state. Okay. All right. So they are removing hug tech, which I still think is a bad idea. Shredded notes, decreasing time to recharge a rush token by 0.33 seconds. They removed the downside. I don't know what the downside is. Increase the initial rush duration by 1 second. So they reworked Summoning Stone. Wait, this actually might not be that bad. And then increase initial rush speed by 10%. That's not that bad either. I don't know what these originally did. I'm not overly familiar with Blight add-ons. So, but these sound like really good. Especially if they're removing hug teching and you're very reliant on bump logic now, this might honestly be incredibly powerful. So they're reworking Ultimate Weapon. We read all this in the dev updates, but now it activates for 15 instead of 30 seconds. It reveals the auras for 3 seconds instead of causing them to scream. And then it increases the cooldown. This was unnecessary, and this was unnecessary. This was fine. Increasing the cooldown to 80, 70, 60 instead of 40, 35, 30 was the only change they needed to make to Ultimate Weapon. I do not like them changing it into an Aura Reader perk, although objectively, it's probably a lot fucking stronger now. But I don't like this. I don't like that they did all of this. They didn't need to do that. It was nice to have an info perk that wasn't Aura for once. All they needed to do was increase the cooldown, and I would have been okay. I think most people would have been okay with increasing the cooldown. But there's no reason to do all this bullshit. Decisive Strike increased duration of 5 seconds, and they added a new animation. Now, I saw on Lily Pie's Twitter, she posted a clip. I just got home, by the way. I had to run errands all morning, so I'm really late to all of this. But she posted a clip where a good portion of the stun timer is the animation. So I don't know if that's a bug or intentional, but I'm really hoping that I'm really hoping that they fix that. Because she did the stab animation, and then by the time she did the stab animation and got dropped, the stun was almost over. So it's not really 5 seconds, guys. Anyway, burst of speed now lasts 3 seconds, was 5. Yeah, okay, so this was the adrenaline changes. This is fine. And this is unnecessary. The community wanted this, but I never thought this was necessary. W for the community, unnecessary in my opinion. This is completely fine. Nobody plays fucking Freddy anyway. And this was this did not need to happen. So these two, I don't like. This one, I don't care. And then they're reworking Haddonfield, which we're going to look at in the review section. I'm going to bring a bunch of Haddonfield offerings. The unhook interaction may... Wait, hold on. Gameplay mechanics. The unhook interaction may no longer be canceled partway to avoid being able to keep someone on the hook maliciously. Oh, so once you start the unhook animation, you're locked in? That's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay. The generator damage interaction has been reviewed so that the generator is actually damaged closer to the point where the hits land to prevent accidentally letting go of the input early. Okay. And then they're got a whole bunch of bug fixes. Guard will no longer get stuck on stairs. That's for night. Character crash bus. Characters cannot vault. Fix an issue on Shack Greenville Square where the killer could not hit through a visual blocker. Fixed an issue on in Lampkin Lane where zombies of the Nemesis could not navigate part of the map. That's so fucking funny. Those zombies are so fucking goofy, dude. They fixed an audio that caused the... Oh, they fixed the audio bug for Singularity. Survivors to have to aim higher than Victor's head to blind it? You can blind Victor? Interesting. So now it looks like you aim at Victor. Exit entity gate spikes to disappear. Victor leaps on a survivor near the exit gate when Charlotte is also near. Oh. Oh, so there was a problem with people... Wait, what? Cause the exit gate entity spikes to disappear if Victor leaps on a survivor near the exit gate while Charlotte is also near. Oh, that's another thing! You're not going to be able to fucking stop people from leaving the gate as Victor! Maybe if they're injured. Maybe if they're injured, it'll still work. Fixed an issue that caused the killer instinct aura to show during the twins' Mori if Victor is nearby. That's so funny. Victor and the Nemesis zombies not be destroyed by the head-on perk. I didn't know they could. I didn't even know that was a thing. Good to know, though. The punishment score event to be granted when hitting a hook survivor with the punishment of the damned attack? So you could just farm blood points as Pyramid Head before this patch? Who would have figured out that that happens without BMing everybody all the fucking time? Which one of you Pyramid Head mains figured out that this was a problem? Which one of you toxic jackasses figured out that this was a thing? That's what I want to fucking know. Who did this? Bear traps to float when placed under survivors. That's good. Killers to play the normal vault animation and start falling too early when vaulting into a drop. Cause killers to fail to be blinded by firecrackers or flashbangs when a down survivor... Who? That was a thing? That was a thing? Wasn't a thing for me? If anything, I'm getting blinded when the fuckers are behind me. Anyway, where killers could see random grade displayed in their grade... Oh, okay, you guys fixed that fucking quick. That bug just showed up. Fixed an issue that caused the Scourge Hook gift of pain to fail to apply more than once. Oh, that's good. That's good. Players would not disconnect from the party when closing the game. That's so silly. Could not block other players. And then known issues, placeholders are present in the grizzly bear skull mask. I don't know what that means. So, that's everything for the patch notes section. Now, let's get into my review of the PTB, which I will be in a completely different mood depending on how stream goes today in 4 hours after you're watching this part of the video. This is so dumb. Okay. All right. Okay. Zen. Chill. Let's talk about the PTB. I'm just going to go ahead and get some good stuff out of the way. The shop is actually really, really good. I like the shop. I think it's really, really cool. It looks clean. It's fun. Fun? That's not the word I'm looking for. It looks clean. It's intuitive. The UI is good. It's quick. It's responsive. Some of the discounts that they have in bundles are good. Everything about the shop is good. Being able to mix and match and view Moris and all of this other stuff, all of that is great. Let's get to the other shit. First off, I'm going to tell you, I didn't test Decisive Strike. I didn't test it. I did not feel like playing Survivor and trying to force Decisive Strike. Instead, I just watched other people test it. And right now, it looks like the new animation takes up too much time. So new Decisive Strike, instead of being a 5-second stun, is technically a 3.6-second stun. That's not good. They need, if they're going to make it 5 seconds, they need to make it 5 seconds. Secondly, Ultimate Weapon is either bugged or absolute dog shit, because not one time, even with people not having distortion, that I see a single aura when using Ultimate Weapon. I didn't see it one time, because the 3-second timer is not that long. So if you open a locker, when you first open the locker, it procs Decisive. So if somebody is immediately in your area and you open that locker, by the time you shut the locker, you only have like maybe 2 seconds of aura reading, if that. So by the time you try to turn your camera around, you're probably not. Ultimate Weapon's just bullshit now. It's just dog shit. And it didn't need all these changes. Like I said, I didn't get to test Decisive Strike. I didn't test Adrenaline, but I mean, honestly, Adrenaline's probably fine. Let's talk about the Blight. And we'll talk about the Twins in a second. Blight's hug tech was removed, but holy fucking shit is he buggy right now. Like, extremely buggy. Actually, a good portion of this PTB is bug. This is the most bug-filled PTB I've ever played. I've never played a more bug-filled PTB in the entirety of playing this game. Never have I played a more bug-filled PTB. I feel like half of their workload is just going to be overhauling bugs from this PTB. It is ridiculous. But one major thing that I want to address when it comes to Blight and hitting in the hug teching is when you try to hug tech, it now immediately cancels your rush. That should not be what happens. What should happen is if you try to hug tech, you will bump off instead. But that's not what currently happens. Is you try to hug tech and you'll immediately cancel your full rush. That's not a good thing. But other than that, I still don't agree with them removing hug teching at all. I think it's bad. I think it's stupid to lower skill expression. Oh, but it's an exploit. Shut up. It's not intended is not a good argument, and it never has been. And I have another video coming. I'm gonna wait to see if the hug teching actually goes live for me to actually make that full video. We'll talk about that later. For right now, let's talk about the real problem of this update. This Twins rework cannot go live as is. It simply cannot. This has brought the Twins from a middle B tier all the way up to second best killer in the game. The Twins is a new S tier killer. Some people are saying she's stronger than Nurse. I don't think they are. I think that realistically speaking, the Twins is right below Nurse and right above Blight. It is simply too good. Let's put it this way. Imagine if the Wraith could attack while invisible. That's what you're dealing with. The Twins is so fucking strong that you literally go bop, 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 injure 3 people. You can injure the 4th if you want, but you go bop, 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 injure 3 people. If you have a green add-on, which is the rattle equipped, they're broken for 60 seconds, so they can't even counter your injure. They can't counter you because if you land a hit, they can't destroy you. So you go bop, 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 then you choose one soul bastard, drop his ass, go knock down another person. You have now 2 people slugged, which means a minimum of 1 person needs to come and help, which means you've got 3 people busy. But that's not all. This did not stop slugging. I played 3 matches of the twins, and all 3 of my matches, I ended up slugging at least 2 people. And could have been a third. One match was on Gideon's. I got the whole team downed. Because it is just too fucking strong. This cannot go to live. Here's the reality of the situation. The twins did not need a full rework. They needed a buff to timers to make them feel less clunky. So the buff to switching between the 2, buff to pulling Victor out, buff to, yeah, that's all. That's what they needed. And then they needed a bug overhaul. That was all they needed. They did not need all this bullshit. And the fact that behavior has like adamantly cranked the fucking dial up past 11 is insane. These twins changes cannot go live. They need to revert everything. Keep the buffs that pull Victor out faster, keep the buffs that make Victor, make switching between the 2 of them better, keep the buff that allows you to recall at any point in time, and then overhaul the bugs, and that's all you need. Please, for the love of God, do not let this killer go live as it is. Because this killer has basically no counterplay. You dodge the Victor. If you don't dodge the Victor, you're fucked. You better pray that the twins miss their Victor shots, because if they don't, you are fucked. Capital F-U-C-K-E-D, fucked. I guess the last thing we'll talk about is the Hadden fuck rework. It's fine. Here's the thing about the Hadden fuck rework. It's not fine. I shouldn't say it's fine. They brought it from being not the most survivor-sided map. They brought it from being incredibly survivor-sided to being incredibly killer-sided. So they basically swung the pendulum the other way. There's not as many pallets as I thought there was going to be, which is a good thing, but they also gutted basically every loop. So now it's not possible to run pseudo infinites, which is a good thing, but every loop is now basically unsafe. You can't run them for very long. And because you're able to run these loops very quickly, once the 10-ish pallets on the map are broken, survivors have nothing. There's 2 gigantic dead zones on either side of the Strode house that they're just there. There's just 2 gigantic places with nothing in them. So behavior needs to go back and put in some, I don't care if you put some fucking random ass TL walls made out of hedges. There needs to be something more to the map. Because survivors are going to find that by about the 3rd gen, they're not going to have any resources left. So, yeah. That's my thoughts on the PTB. A lot of people ask if I'm going to like play more PTB. Every time I do one of these, they're like, okay, well, are you going to be streaming it tomorrow? No, I don't. Once I play the PTB enough to see what I need to see, I get off, because there's just a lot of problems with trying to like stream the PTB multiple days in a row. So that's what it is. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be changed, a lot of stuff that needs to be reverted. This is honestly one of the worst PTBs we've ever had, and it's certainly the buggiest. One of my chat members counted like at least like 12 bugs. So yeah, behavior, please revert like 90% of these changes. Please do a bug overhaul. This is just not it, man. The store's really good though. But of course, I don't make these videos just to spout my opinions at you. I also make these videos so you can let me know what you think. So if you've been able to play the PTB, then let me know what you think down below. Oh, and around the time this video is going live, I'll also have a video over on my VOD channel of all the games I played through the PTB. So if you want to go and check that out, then that's going to be, the VOD channel will be linked in the description. You can go watch all of the games that I played on the PTB. But as always, a great big special thank you to my channel members listed on screen now. If you want to find out how to become a channel member today and get awesome perks like seeing videos early, merch discount codes, and more, then please click that join button down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one.